Hi there. My name is Mark Ferry, Director of Technology at RoundArch, and today I want to talk about a compelling concept that has gone largely unnoticed in the marketplace. It's about using sound to execute commands between devices. The concept is how to more seamlessly interact with your mobile phone, smart cell phone, or smart appliance. So if you only had 5 seconds, how would you convey a large amount of information to a crowd of people that have smartphones or tablet PCs without asking them to type or write anything down? When I think of smartphones, I think of these devices of having the capability to behave like a modem, but not a modem that is bound by telephone wires. You can receive an audible transmission of a short ID code that represents a command over the air. So imagine transmitting a sound, like what I'll call an audio barcode, like a DTMF code, that's captured by the device. The device will interpret the code, let's say it's 12345, and send it up into the cloud to look up an associated registered command by a cloud service. The cloud service will then return a message back to the device with all the necessary parameters for execution. Some of the sample actions that can be executed on the device are displaying a website. These are some of the more obvious options. Creating a calendar event, adding a new contact or several new contacts all at once, initiating a purchase with PayPal or some other service, conduct an audience poll in real time, integrate with another API like Foursquare's check-in API or functionality. Other applications, such as the iPhone bump, work by taking two iPhones, bumping them together, and they share contact information. But that contact information is just sort of a one-to-one relationship. With an audio code, this information can be broadcasted from one person to many people. And that contact information, again, is not limited to just a single person's contact information. If a command is registered to have multiple contact information, then all of those contacts will be executed on the recipient's devices. Concerts are another application. Perhaps a cover band wants you to buy their album and they'll transmit an audio barcode for you to capture and initiate a transaction in real time. Radio is another compelling opportunity here. You can bring radio to life essentially by syncing visuals on a tablet PC while you're listening to the broadcast. Or you can follow a transcript so you don't miss a beat. Maybe you didn't hear the person properly. You can go back and read the transcript. What's really compelling about this is if you're traveling through a foreign nation and listening to a local broadcast in their native language, you can also follow along in your own native language because this information the transcript will be translated for you. This can be used for television and podcasts as well. During presentations or conventions, you have a captive audience and you might want to sync your presentation for the back row that might not be able to see the screen, or perhaps share your contact information with the audience once the presentation has ended. Auctions, similarly, you can capture live information about the item that's currently on the auction block. Public service announcements or public transit announcements are also a compelling use case here. So essentially, let's assume you're traveling through London and you're a foreigner, you don't speak the native language, and you want to get the next stop information or connecting route information or points of interest at that specific stop. You can receive the transmission on your cell phone and get all of the information that you need on your device in your native language. You can also use this concept to sync a narration of a museum tour. Let's say you're walking through a museum, every wing can sync relevant information to your device while you're walking through the museum. What's really great about this concept is if for some reason the device can't detect the audio code, it's just too noisy or it's just not practical, you can always type in the code instead and have the same action pulled from the cloud and executed onto your device. But wait, can't we already do this stuff using QR codes or Bluetooth or SMS? Not quite. So imagine, let's go through a simple example with all of these competing technologies. Imagine you're at a car show and there's a poster on the wall with a QR code. First of all, the lighting has to be just right, and secondly, it will bottleneck a crowd who can only snap the QR code one at a time. right? So you've got individuals lined up, causing a bit of a bottleneck. You've got one by one, right? When you have an audio barcode transmitting a sound over the air, all of a sudden you can communicate with multiple people simultaneously, and the crowd can disperse more quickly. And they can capture the sound device as they're walking. They're currently moving, right? Bluetooth. So Bluetooth needs to be configured. Not many people want to stand around and configure Bluetooth to work. Similarly, Bluetooth is also limited in range, but when you think about broadcasting an audio barcode, that range is really unlimited. SMS. So this is the concept of texting a message to some number, right? The problem with SMS is it only returns a text response. So you cannot actually execute any kind of a command or action on the device. You just get a text response. Using an audio code, of course, you can execute an action on the device and perhaps get some kind of a visual display of the dashboard inside of the car, or set up a calendar event for a test drive, or somehow more dynamically interact and engage with the poster. The audio code concept is cross-platform. Audio tones can be transmitted by any type of device and can be received by any type of device. So in this case, for instance, these are smartphones, so it works cross-platform. You can have an Android communicating to an iPhone directly, or you can have these smart devices communicating to other smart appliances like Apple TV or Chrome OS or Xbox or Boxy. So this concept has a wide range of applications across many industries. So in this case, imagine using your smartphone to transmit commands to your smart appliances. You could reset factory settings, sync related information from your device directly or via the cloud service, or execute a series of commands. So those commands could be pre-configured and made available via the support community online in the cloud. Setting up macros for power saving profiles or initiating diagnostics on your machine or smart appliance. So here is a gap analysis between some of the competing technologies. So the audio code concept works best when you're looking for a solution that provides simultaneous reach, furthest range, not affected by movement, not affected by proximity, works in the dark, unlimited types of actions, unlimited message length, no service charges, doesn't require configuration, it's dynamic and flexible, and can use the device itself to initiate a command on another device. So let's talk about this for just a second. A QR code, for instance, could display a QR code on a device that another device could scan. Similarly, an audio code could be transmitted from a device to another device directly. So this is a very high-level introduction to this concept. There's nothing quite like it in the marketplace today, which is surprising. So at RoundArch, we researched some patents, we did some patent searches and decided that it needed to be built. And so that's what we've done. We have a working prototype. And to schedule a presentation and see this, please contact me, Mark Ferry, my LinkedIn profile, or directly at RoundArch. Thanks for listening.